All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be ranking every collab of Chapter 6 as we wait for the Zero live event to happen. Now, I didn't
Yes.
get everything because the problem is basically Fortnite has a collab like every single week, which sometimes could just be like a skin that gets added to the game or whatever. So I tried to do things that were mostly like gameplay related. So we'll go ahead and start with one of the earliest ones, which is Mortal Kombat, which was added in the first season. And I actually really like the weapons that we got with this one. I think we got like the two of the gloves and stuff. I think there might have been a few other things that came with Mortal Kombat, along with
I
like
rate it
battle pass
A
skins and
tier.
stuff.
I
A
I
tier.
rate it A tier.
That's what I'm thinking too. Do you remember that one, Tucker? The Mortal Kombat stuff. They also added it to
Chapter
Blitz
6,
for a while too.
Chapter 6 Season 2. That was
Was it
where
season
Mortal
two? I thought it was
Kombat
season
was.
one.
Wasn't it in
But
Lawless?
it might have been. You know, it was the. Oh, I think Godzilla was the first season actually. So we can go
Yeah.
ahead to talk about Godzilla. Um, this one, I'm thinking more like a B tier because technically you had like the cool thing where you could like become Godzilla, if I'm correct.
C tier.
The
I'd rate it C tier
C tier.
because
Why would you rate C tier?
it always stressed me out when I saw like it would be like Godzilla is coming, and that was the first season I ever played Fortnite, and it would
Hmm.
just be like Godzilla is coming, so it always
Wait, you
stressed me out.
played that? You played in like you start playing in like chapter 6 season like 3.
One.
Yeah, we're just talking
You
about chapter
start
6 right
playing
now.
in like chapter 2.
So I'm
Never
thinking
mind.
B because it was pretty cool because it was like one of the first times we had where you could get into like this giant monster thing outside of like the Doctor Doom from chapter 5. But this
What
was
would
like
you
you
rate it,
become
Tucker?
Godzilla and it was pretty cool just because you could do all that, but I didn't really feel like it happened as often as it probably should have. I don't even remember if I did it more than once. And I don't know, I
What
feel
would
like
you
once you
rate it,
became
Tucker?
Godzilla, it wasn't as fun.
Uh,
Let's go ahead and look at King Kong, which was kind of with this. I'm gonna put this probably in C tier. Cool outfit and everything, and it's cool how it kind of works with Godzilla, but it didn't really add anything else to the game outside
he,
of just being a skin.
I would also rate it C, but only because Kong is cool. Because he like appeared at the beginning of the map, and that was
Yeah, I heard C tier 2 because I heard he only showed out before you even jumped out.
I
Hmm.
just said
And and like who wants to be king? Who wants to be a monkey as a skin?
that. Versus a dinosaur.
I know.
Alright, so let's go to Baymax, because this was like one of the first collabs of the chapter.
I didn't play
I'm gonna put
Baymax.
this one in C tier, because all this really was just a Battle Pass skin. And so I can't really put it much higher, but I feel like I given it a little bit extra prop just because I think the samurai outfit that he has is super cool looking. Albeit though that the skin itself is pretty bulky, so I don't usually pick the bulky skins.
Yeah, yeah. C tier because like the things. Because I heard that C tier because like it's super bulky, so
Yeah,
it's just super duper bulky, and like if it's humongous, then nobody's going to play as him because you can't aim with a humongous skin.
mm-hmm.
That's why so many people wear woman skins.
Yeah, yeah. So let's move on. We're just gonna start going in order now. We have gorillas, which I didn't really pick too many of the festival skins to put into this tier list, just because I feel like a lot of them weren't that relevant. But gorillas, I want to make a special case for because I feel like they kind of got dealt dirty with Fortnite. Because if you remember during that one, they also did the whole Daft Punk live event, which we'll get into in a moment. And I feel
Yeah,
like
I'd say
Daft Punk probably should have been its own festival headliner, but instead they became a festival. They basically took over the festival while Gorillaz was doing their thing, and Gorillaz really didn't get much, for their stuff.
yeah. I'd say dealt dirty D. It's D tier because you said dealt dirty, and those
Hmm.
both begin with D, and it wasn't really that cool, so D.
Yeah, the skins were cool. But yeah, I'm gonna put it at D. I also felt like the pass wasn't that good that we got for it, which was really all they got for stuff in terms of gameplay, really. Let's go ahead and jump over to Daft Punk since we kind of mentioned it. I feel like Daft Punk is probably gonna be like our first S tier. I feel like we had like a pretty decent live event with them. The skins were really cool. For me personally, I really like that we got Lego stuff for it. It was one of the first like Lego sets we've gotten in years since like they stopped doing them, and we had some pretty cool emotes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked it. I liked Parker, don't you have one of the Daft Punk emotes?
I do have one of the Daft Punk emotes, and I got the Lego set, but I didn't get any of the skins. They were a little bit too pricey, but I will.
I got the Daft Punk I got the Daft Punk.
The emote.
Kicks. I bought the world around emo or whatever. What is it called again? I'm going to look in the shop.
Around the world or something, I think.
Around the world.
I feel like this concert wasn't as good as like some of the past concerts, like Travis Scott and like Ariana Grande and stuff.
Like, bro, it's on. Oh look, Nick A30's in the shop.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the event. But anyways, I feel like it wasn't as good as some of those past concerts, but we haven't had a concert in a long time, so this was a little bit of a nice return. All right, so let's move on to Star Wars. So we had the Star Wars mini season. That was the first.
I don't care what you say, it's S tier.
I'm gonna put it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm actually gonna put it at B tier, but I'll tell you why I'm gonna put it at B tier. I feel like we've seen what they could do with the Simpsons mini season, and I feel like Star Wars almost got dealt dirty as well. Where like we only got 4 POIs, and they're on the very corners of the map, so they're always the first ones to be in the storm. The weapons, I felt like they didn't really have weren't that good to use, even though I thought it was really cool that they didn't have ammo. So that was like kind of the cool I guess gimmick of that whole season, where you didn't have to worry about ammo, everything was infinite ammo. And obviously the lightsabers are always cool, but those we've had for years and they come back every year, so it wasn't really that special by this time that they came back. So all of those reasons, I feel like it's not that good. I could maybe be convinced to put it at A tier, but I feel like B tier is probably where it deserves to be. So, Joan, if you want to go first, and then Tucker can talk about it.
I hadn't really played during any of the Star Wars events, and I thought like trying to hunt for lightsabers was kind of unique.
Yeah, the only thing with the lightsabers is that they've had them in the past, like you had like the Force portals and stuff. So it wasn't even like that special to this time, because we've had it since Chapter 2. Every year since Chapter 2, they've been doing these lightsabers that they come back each year. Now, they've added some different things, like, they added, like, I think in Chapter 4, they added the Force powers, which those are started becoming constant now with those. And they added, like, different things like that. But otherwise, I feel like Star Wars, for the most part, was kind of just a little bit lackluster. What about you, Tucker? What do you think?
Are we talking about the season?
Yeah, just the season.
Yeah, the Darth Vader AI kind of saved it a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about the next. I put that as a separate thing. Darth Vader as like his own collab, essentially, but mostly focusing on the Star Wars season as itself.
The season was like kind of horrible. So.
Yeah. So I think B tier is pretty fine. I was a little bit more favorable towards the season as other people, but I do think the weapons weren't that good feeling to use. But let's talk about the Darth Vader AI, because I feel like that's probably going to be another S tier. That was so fun and unique to actually use. Yeah.
My favorite part about the whole thing was when it got banned because people were making it swear.
Yeah, that definitely happened. I just thought it was funny to make it say like silly stuff. But I didn't get to use it too often. I think we got to use it like twice maybe. It was still pretty fun to be able to like to tell stuff and just be like, hey, what we're gonna do about these guys up here, and it'll be like, let's go kill them and stuff.
No, but actually, what I think about that is really cool, because I once asked it, hey, is there any like fighting around here? He said, it's looking around the northeast, so I went to northeast, and there was actual fighting there, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I had the ability to basically be able to tell you where enemies were, which was cool.
I think Epic kinda slipped up. I heard they gave Darth Vader, full access of Gemini.
Yeah, they had to limit it afterwards. They
Gemini.
had to...
I don't even know how they put Gemini into some like.
We're just an AI model. Let's talk about some of the DC superhero stuff. So I got Robin here, but there was a few others that were added. I was pretty excited for Robin to get added in because I've been wanting to like finish the Teen Titans out. We've had Raven since I think Chapter 2, and then we started getting the other ones later on like Cyborg and Fire.
Actually, speaking of Robin,
yeah,
I actually have. I mean, it's wow. I have the first skin of the 3rd battle pass, but I do have Robin's skin, so it's very cool that I have the first skin in the battle pass.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool skin. I'm not gonna put it too high because obviously it was just a skin in here, but I wanted to make a special mention because I felt like Robin was pretty cool to get added. And then we have Superman, which was kind of similar to what we had with Godzilla. I'm gonna put it a little bit more in A tier. Not only because it was like you could become Superman, which was really cool, and I felt like the abilities were a lot better than what we got with Godzilla previously, but he was also a big part of the event, which was really cool to see him in. And I like that we got the 2 different styles. So we had the one that looks like the guy from the movie, then we have like a comic book style one. So you basically almost got like 2 unique skins for the price of one, which I thought was a really cool deal with this one. Tucker, what did you think about Superman being added?
The season was actually a pretty good season. I heard Superman. I never actually got to use Superman, but from how I've heard by like the people that have used him, people have said like he's kind of bad.
Oh, really?
He's got underpowered, I heard.
Yeah, I did think people died pretty quickly. The hard part is with balancing. Like, if you make something that's like super powerful that only one person can get, you have to make sure it's balanced enough that it's not going to destroy the game. Speaking of being super powerful and being like that, we have the Megazord that was added in for the season 4, and I thought that was also really good. I'm going to put that maybe at A tier there, and that kind of goes along with the Power Ranger stuff in general, but I really like this ability of where, you know, your whole crew could get into the Megazord, and each person like control different parts of it. And like one person was like shooting the missiles like on the right arm, another person was the one that was like moving them and like could stomp on people, and just all that kind of stuff. So I thought it was really cool. It really was like bringing Power Rangers to life within Fortnite. And I feel like that was probably the best one of all of these.
I used it like once.
Yeah.
I actually really liked the I like the Green Ranger skin. Only because in the actual Power Ranger, the Green Ranger is evil. But once you finish the pass, you got the White Ranger, and the White Ranger is the Green Ranger, but he's like good. So if you were to go to like your Green Ranger skin, you can click edit, and you can be evil Green Ranger. But the same character you can edit, you can make him good White Ranger.
Oh, I didn't realize that the Green Ranger was a bad one. I thought all the colored ones were good characters, but interesting. Alright, so we also had Fantastic Four, which I thought was added back in Chapter 5, but apparently it was teased back in Chapter 5 and got added this year, along with like the movie. I'm gonna put them in D tier just because I feel like I don't really like the movie version of these characters, and I would have rather seen like a more comic looking version of the characters, kind of similar to what we got with Superman. I just feel like these skins didn't look that good. What do y'all think?
Yeah. So I actually didn't like it because it wasn't like in a whole pass, it was just in the shop.
Yeah.
So
what about you, Tucker? What did you think of the Fantastic Four being added?
Wait, hold up 1 second. A Fantastic Four?
Yeah, they got added as skins for the movie earlier this year. And if you don't know, it's okay. We can go to the next one.
They're going to be added. Yeah, I'd give it a solid B tier.
B tier.
That meets us in the
Why
middle.
B tier?
I
Why
guess
B
that brings
tier?
us.
I don't know.
Parker. Since
The skins look decent.
since Tucker said B tier, I think we should meet in the middle with a C tier.
Yeah, we can move it up a little bit for that. All right, so this next one is I think was a pretty good collab. I think it made some people a little upset, but I really like Reload. But we have Squid Games, which I thought was a really interesting collab that we got this year, because with Squid Games, it basically took over Reload and became a whole map with there, and you had like a lot of the places that you were familiar with in Squid Games added to like different locations on that Reload map. I feel like it might have worked a little bit better in Blitz, but I really liked this collab. I thought it was really cool. So I'm gonna put that as A tier.
Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says your live stream isn't live on my phone.
Then your phone's wrong because it's live still on my phone, and I can see it's still saying live.
Gosh, you scared the heck out of me.
All right.
What?
So it's
Who said
we
they
have
weren't excited for the live
Ray.
event? Someone wasn't excited for the live event.
wow.
That's insane.
Alright,
What
so
did the live event do to you?
We got 3 more to talk about here. Let's talk about Fortnite mirrors. So I have Scooby-Doo kind of representing. I felt like the collabs of Fortnite mirrors were really good this year. I'm probably gonna put this another one at A tier. I have Scooby-Doo representing this, but it's kind of
Honestly,
referred to
S
all
tier.
Really? I feel like
Scooby-Doo was
Fortnite
a
mirrors
good
last year was a
collab.
little bit better. I thought it was
You can't just
Um,
torture Scooby-Doo like that. Scooby-Doo's
Are
too
we-
awesome to be put in A tier.
Are we on the Scooby-Doo collab?
Scooby-Doo / just Fortnite mirrors in general. Fortnite mirrors like had a lot of different collabs, so
They
rather than just
collab
talking
with
about
everything.
individual-
They collab with like Jeff.
Warriors.
They collab with blah blah. They collab with blah blah. They collab with blah blah. And don't forget, they also collab with blah blah, and they collab with Scooby-Doo.
Fortnite? Fort Mirrors kind of saved Fortnite, not gonna lie.
Really? Why do you think that?
Because everybody's been saying it. Fort Mirror saved Fortnite.
Alright, now we're gonna get into Tucker's favorite collab of the year by far.
D tier.
K-pop Demon
Is there
Hunters.
anything below?
Oh, D tier,
Should-
D tier.
I think maybe we should go like maybe S tier, right?
Way too overrated.
No, F tier.
way
I
too
know it isn't.
overrated.
It's not even there, but F tier. F tier. It's not even there. F tier. Put it low. No,
Yeah, it's
too
way
high.
too- it's
No,
way
way
Alright,
too
calm
high.
down.
Way too high. No, wait.
Calm down, y'all.
Demon
Alright,
Hunters
listen.
is way too overrated, and a part of it is that my cousin. I probably would have liked it if my cousin wasn't so annoying about it.
Alright, here, listen to this.
No.
So I'm someone that
That's
really likes
way
K-pop
too
Demon
high.
Hunters, but let me answer, guys. Shh, calm down. I know y'all don't like K-pop Demon Hunters, but my thought when talking about this collab is it was so done dirty, and it felt pretty rushed. All they did was add the 3 skins and some pretty lame backblings, which they had 3 different backblings that were all just ramen that were reskinned of each other. But there was no emotes or GM tracks to go with this, and they still haven't added them like months later, which I think is just terrible.
Also,
So if they
one
had
part
come out
of
with
the
all that, I'd
game-
probably put it at A tier for how fast that they got done, because I don't think they had it planned.
May I
But Tucker,
please-
wait,
What?
you gotta let other people finish talking first before you jump in, okay?
Guys, the people
So-
in the chat are saying the K-pop Demon Hunters is way too high.
Yeah, that's you I'm chatting.
See, look, this West6127 guy, he said K-pop Demon Hunters way too high.
Yeah, I wonder who that is. Alright, we're gonna leave it at
Yeah,
B
I
tier.
thought the
It
chat
would have been
was
higher if they had the jam tracks and emotes, but since they still haven't had that, I'm putting it down a bit.
I
But-
thought the. Also, wait. K-pop Demon Hunters is supposed to be about music, and like K-pop Demon Hunters is so overrated that like it's still in the shop, and like
Well, they brought it
only
back recently for the event.
Yeah, but the only emote that in the K-pop Demon Hunters collab was the Zoe's thumbs up.
Yeah, it was very disappointing what they did.
Yeah, and
in terms of
isn't
that.
this supposed to be? Isn't this supposed to be like a movie about music?
Yeah, there's tons of emotes that they could have done that would have been great for it.
Yeah,
and they were supposed to do it, but they still haven't for some reason. Alright, so let's talk about our final collab, which is probably the biggest collab we've had all year, which is The Simpsons. So this includes all the Simpsons characters, the season, everything.
S tier.
S tier. What am I saying? S tier.
I'm thinking S tier for sure.
It brought the peeling dog. That's not Simpsons, but it brought the peeling dog.
They put so much work into the collab. Like, it's actually like.
They changed the entire map for us.
Yeah, they made an entire map. They made a series for it with a collab with Disney they did a collab with Disney to put for series on Disney Plus. Shows they put a lot of work into this, and like they also made like in the season they made
oh crap, my bad.
They made the season like super nicely, and like the weapons fit perfectly, and the paths was so good. Like, you get 70 free rewards. You get 2 free sidekicks. Like, so many pages, and you get all your money back. I know that's normal for the battle pass, but really, it's just really good.
Well, what I would say is the biggest accomplishment they had with the Simpsons season, I think, is that people that didn't like the Simpsons prior to this either started liking the Simpsons or at least we're still having a lot of fun with the season. Like, I'm not someone that really likes the Simpsons. I don't really ever watch the show, but I really enjoyed this season. I thought some of the guns were really creative, like the 5-gun or like the deodorant applicator. Those were really fun weapons to use this season.
The 5-gun was just
the 5-gun's just a pump and dump remake.
Yeah.
I still liked it.
I think it might have been a little worse than the pump and dump.
Well, you know, it's actually from the show. It's actually an Easter egg. Like,
I know.
They actually made it in the show, and then that was a reference to it. I thought it was pretty cool.
I know.
To actually use. And I also really loved the weekly shorts that we got. I was looking forward to those each week, where they had like a little like Simpsons cartoon.
I know.
To kind of explain like what was going on.
I need to finish that series.
Yeah. All right, so that's our tier ranking. So I think it was a pretty good tier list. Kind of got everything figured out. So let's go ahead and y'all want to play a round of Cosmic Coliseum before we hop into the event?
Yeah, let's do that.